Hello guys, welcome to part 4 of my M272 engine repair series. Part 4 begins with removal of the oil pan. It has a ton of bolts, so you will need to be patient. After taking off all the bolts, I used a rubber head mallet and a scraper to break the seal of the gasket maker. Please be careful here to avoid damage to the sealing surface of the oil pan. I started getting clues about what might be going on with my timing when I pulled the oil pan. Just look at that. Those are pieces of the timing guide. These are only the larger pieces. There are much smaller pieces that look almost like powder settled at the bottom. I don't have footage of removing the front-end accessory drives, water pump, power steering pump, idler pulleys, tensioner pulley, etc. They are honestly fairly straightforward to remove. If you need more assistance with this, I imagine there are several videos on YouTube that can help you with that. Before proceeding any further, Mercedes-Benz recommends you lock the flex plate to prevent the engine from turning while you work on the valve train. This is an excellent time to do that, as we are going to start messing with the camshaft adjusters. To use the tool, just need to insert it into the circular hole on the opposite side to where the starter motor goes. It will engage the flex plate gear teeth and prevent it from turning. If you can't turn the flex plate, you can't turn the engine. It literally takes a second to do this. Now to the fun part. The cam adjusters are fastened to the camshaft by a threaded center valve. To remove the camshaft adjusters, I had to remove the plastic camshaft covers on the back of the engine. The camshafts have female torques on their ends to enable counter-holding the camshaft while breaking the torque on the center valves. I went through all the adjusters and broke the torque on all the center valve bolts. Note that the center valve bolts also hold the pulse wheels in place. Strictly speaking, this is the pulse wheel if you are wondering what it is. The actual cam adjuster sits behind the pulse wheel. Instead of just a plastic cover, Bank 1 exhaust camshaft has a centrifugal oil separator cover. I had to remove that to get access to the torques end of the camshaft. And just FYI, I replaced my oil separator cover. Here is an important note. The exhaust center valves are left-hand threads, so to loosen them, turn clockwise. The intake center valves are regular right-hand threads, so good old lefty-loosey righty-tighty will do just fine. Before you start to loosen the center valve, please pay close attention here so that you do not repeat the mistake I made here. After removing the pulse wheel, I shouldn't have removed these 5 cam adjuster screws. I don't think I understood the instructions here, so I removed them, essentially dismantling the cam adjuster. They are practically impossible to put back together once dismantled, as the two set of teeth are spring-loaded with each other. Making this mistake will set you back about $300. As you can see in this photo, what I should have done was insert a 3mm drift punch into the hole, move the teeth, and push the drift in to lock the teeth in phase with each other before removing the center bolt. Next on the agenda was removing the timing cover. Again, keep in mind that if you follow the correct procedure I showed, and not what I did, at this point, your cam adjuster won't be dismantled as mine looks here. Only the pulse wheel and center valve will be off, and the drift will be in place. Moving on. I had taken off all the bolts of the timing cover except for 4 bolts that sit just inside of the head. The best way to get them out here is to use a 1/4 inch extension and a 10mm regular socket because the cam adjusters will be in the way. A torque socket can be challenging to get in there. To finally break the timing cover free, I needed to encourage it with a plastic mallet and some pry bars. I even rubbed some blue shop towels at the tip of the pry bar to prevent damage to the sealing surfaces of the timing cover. Be careful, light hammer taps only, and don't pry too aggressively. And off she comes. Thankfully, the balance shaft looks just fine, so I won't be messing with it. Remember the debris we saw at the bottom of the oil pan? Well, there you have it. Look at what is left of this timing chain guide. The entire bottom section is missing, which explains why I hear that rattling noise upon startup, especially cold startup when things are not adequately oiled yet. Apart from having multiple chips, this guide is broken in 2, although it appears to be intact from a distance. Let me give you a closer look. Here are some pieces I suspect came from the guide that is missing an entire half. Honestly, the damage isn't as extensive as I expected, but there is still a bit of work to get through, and this is how I sign off in part 4. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications. See you in part 5.